Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. Just getting in my 7 p.m. workout here on a good old Butt Villa. Home of the butt flag. That's me. I didn't plan any of this. I didn't script any of this out. This is all off the dome right here, as you can tell. By this expert commentary. Basically, the gist of this is... when Animal Crossing first came out, I was streaming it pretty much every week. And it's been a while since I've streamed it, and I wanted to give people who might be curious, I'm guessing it's probably close to no one, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to force it upon you anyway. It's time for your Butt Villa update. Your Butt Villa Bulletin, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a little island tour. See what's changed. Maybe you haven't been to Butt Villa before. If you haven't ever been to Butt Villa, just so you know, in previous iterations of Animal Crossing, my towns were always called Butt City and had a nearly identical flag. So now that we're on an island, though, it can't be a city. So the next closest thing was a villa. So that's how Butt Villa came to be. Right now, who do we have for island residents? We've got Lolly. We've got Fauna, Broccolo, who is my starter villager. I had him and Renee. Renee, like the horse Renee, not the other Renee. But Renee is sisterly, and I hate sisterly, so she had to go. We got Hornsby, Stitches, which is my one and only cheat. I did buy an amiibo card for Stitches expressly to get rid of Renee, actually. So Stitches is sort of like Jesus on this island, if you think about it. We got Lobo, Gruff, Goose, Apollo. Apollo is our most recent resident. He's a new addition. And Groucho. So my goal here, if you'll notice, I have 3 lazies. And I've got 4 crankies right here in, near the bottom. And then 2 normals. But I want to get rid of... I think I kind of want to get rid of Goose, who's my only jock. And then get another lazy. And then I'll basically have a utopia of cranky and lazy villagers. But without further ado, we're going to go on a little island tour. We'll look at my house last. This right here, this is our little playground. If you watched previous Animal Crossing streams, this hasn't changed much. I am not a good designer. You'll notice I have very few custom designs on the island, and any custom designs that are on here were not made by me, including this hat that I'm wearing. Not me. This beach is a mess, and I just don't really go to it, so we don't pay attention to what a mess it is. So we'll just ignore that. But then we do have a basketball court. Again, an island, or a design that I got off of Reddit. But fun nonetheless. One of my favorite things to do is come here and bounce this ball. It makes such a pleasant noise. And then we got a little soccer field right next to it. And if we go up, this here's Lolly's house. She's not home, so we can't say hello. One upgrade is I went through and I gave villagers little yards. I've seen other people do yards before, and I always wanted to do it, but didn't have any ideas, really. And I still kind of didn't have any ideas, but I did it anyway. And we have our little town square here. Got the Nook shop. There's Stitches. Oh, look at him. Look at him Naruto run. He's actually been Naruto running for like an hour. When I logged on, he was Naruto running. So, you get yours. I don't have a grand museum entrance or anything. We just got our little dino thing. There's weed. I just now saw that there's weeds in Goose's yard. And I can't get to them, so that's infuriating. But this is Goose's house. He has the most literal interpretation of a yard, where it's like, you're a jock, here's some workout stuff. I'm gonna pick those weeds at a later time. Then we have our town square. We have Leaf here today, who for me is like the most useless because I don't ever plant stuff. I hate flowers. A lot of my flower patches have invisible design next to them, locking them in place so that they can't possibly spread any further. But here's Lolly. I do love Lolly. She's wearing the full sailor outfit that I gave her, which is... Need I say more? Thank you. Thank you, Lolly. Oh, Leaf is clapping too. I didn't know that would happen. Oh, that's so cool. And then Broccolo. Broccolo is shamelessly my favorite villager. He calls me Spud, which I love. We're gonna say see you around for now. He's so cute. I really wish that there was some sort of way to fix their houses that they came with, because I really want him to have a normal house, but I can't get rid of him. He's so cute. He's probably the closest I have to getting a portrait, but I don't have any portraits. Then we have Groucho. Okay, Groucho's acting like we haven't talked in forever, but I swear I haven't been neglecting him. And then most importantly, we do have a whoopee cushion. Never stops being funny. And the xylophone. This whole area is just kind of a mess of stuff. Alright, and also an assault on your ears. And we have this little bridge. Just a nice little crossover that I didn't think fully through. We've got Hornsby here. And so I'm glad that Hornsby's home, so I could show you guys why I made his yard the way that it is, which is a junkyard. But not the junkiest junkyard on the island. You just wait and see the junkiest junkyard. But Hornsby's house is a mess. Oh, Apollo's here. Sitting on the top of his pillow pile. I did not know you were here. I stopped by for a chat, though. Get a load of Hornsby over there. I really like when the Crankies and the Lazies interact. At some point, I apparently gave Hornsby a fish, which I don't remember doing. Maybe he asked for it. But that's Hornsby's house. And then next, we're gonna stop down at Broccolo's house. And Broccolo is very childlike. So I don't know. I feel like Broccolo's yard suits him. He also has a whoopee cushion in a different color. Got a gumball machine for all your gumball needs. Then down here we've got a nicer beach area. Nothing fancy, but some beach towels for you. And then I found out you can lay seaweed down. And so previously I had like a telescope on this pier, but I just plopped some seaweed down instead. And then we're going to swing back up. We've got a little tiny pond with some roses that I don't know why they're there. I didn't. Oh my god, you guys, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay, open them again. This is Apollo's yard. I don't really know much about Apollo. So Apollo has kind of a plain yard. And also I didn't have a lot of space to work with. So Apollo just has like a nice zen area. He likes to tend to his bees. And that's why he has the flowers for the bees to enjoy. So he can sit out and have a nice bento lunch while he watches his bees have the time of their life. And then up here, we've got this little island cafe, which I think was here the last time I streamed. It's not anything fancy, but it does have my favorite thing, which is my turtle. I love that they hiss at you. It's so funny. Okay, and then up here is just a mishmash of stuff, including a spider crab, which they're very freaky, and sometimes when the light hits just right, I just kind of catch a shadow of this thing in the distance, and it's so scary. But for some reason, apparently these spider crabs are supposed to be pretty rare. My island spawns them like crazy. I feel like every time I go diving, I'm just trying to find a scallop so I can talk to my boy Pascal. I got like 15 spider crabs. Not 15, but I do get a lot. Before we head up here, we're going to go look at this little park over here, which hasn't changed much. This is just my... Oh my god, I'm leaving flowers everywhere. They're all out of order. Don't listen to that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that noise. Nothing to see here. But it's just a little park with a little fishing spot for you. I really like the fishing gear in this game. Oh, and ducks. Look at the duck. Quack. Okay. Now we'll swing back around to what you may have heard and seen, which is my jankety graveyard. I actually just got a better version of a gravestone like just yesterday. So I do need to update this because also I've let it overgrow with flowers, as you can see. I haven't really paid it much attention. I feel like the last time I streamed Animal Crossing was setting up this graveyard, which my favorite joke of them all is just this skeleton standing up in a grave. And also this pizza oven for cremations, which upset a lot of people, but I think it's so funny. I think it's perfect. And then, you know, maybe there's some rumors. There's some rumors that the witches have been doing some seances here in the graveyard deep at night. Oh no, the music changed. That means it must be true. Ah! But that's my graveyard, which needs some work. It needs some work, I can admit. Up here we have a rose garden that's just kind of been here since the 4 times. And then I have this little astronomy station. I want to add some more up here to it. I'm debating if I want to chop down these trees and make it even more fully fleshed space area. I think I kind of do want to do that because I have a rocket now. I have a rocket to place. And I think that would be cool to have up here. And then I can move the satellite and the UFO and they could all go up here. Maybe that'll be my next project. But that's not what this is about. Then we have our campsite. I'm to the point now, I mean, my island's just so good. Where I just keep getting too many of these lilies and I don't know what to do with them and I don't want to throw them away. So they're kind of all over the place. But that's the campsite. It hasn't changed much. And then we'll hop across this away. Where we just have, I got a fake one of these and on purpose because I liked it. Just like to leave that up there. And then our little wishing well. Again, not much change there. This is probably the part of my island that I most want to raise. Like, I don't like this section anymore, but this was originally like a little zen area, and I want to change it around, but I just don't know what I want to do with it quite yet. I like this. I like hiding in the bushes here quietly. And then okay, I'm gonna show you guys this and I'm gonna tell you this is almost my favorite part of my whole island, is this little bridge here with the flowers and the zen fence right above it. Like, it's just nice, right? Pin that thought. This is also supposed to be my my little sit and relax spot. We'll take like 10 seconds here to sit and relax. It's just nice to do that. I need to pick that flower though. Then we have a little beach gym, which is a little cramped, but I like it anyway. Somebody keeps leaving on my treadmills. We're not trying to power the whole island here, you guys. Okay, so remember I told you to pin that thought. Here's the entryway up to this. And this is what it was supposed to be. And you'll notice, I painstakingly did terraforming and made it crooked. I placed it crooked. Look at it. Look at it. Look at how crooked it is. But I like it anyway. It's still probably my favorite spot, even though it's crooked. The crookedness just adds charm, right? Then we got a nice little board game in the woods. This is Gruff's house. I do have to show you one thing in Gruff's house because it was upsetting. This was not this year's cherry blossom season, but last year's cherry blossom season. I accidentally gave Gruff. Did he get rid of it? Did you get rid of it? He did. Where did you put it? Did you throw it in the dumpster? I gave him a cherry blossom stone on accident, or whatever they're called. Let's see what he's crafting. I bet we already have it. A bamboo partition, yep. So this is, you know, I've definitely calmed down on my Animal Crossing playing, and this is one of the things where it's like, why can't I tell them I don't want this still? Like, Why? Why can't I say that I don't want that? The world may never know. But yes, I like Gruff's house up by the mountains. Nice and spooky. And then I just recently made this little park, little sitting park. Ooh, I have shooting stars, you guys. Look at that. Oh, wow. I wonder if Celeste is here. Anyways, I'll have to ignore those, because otherwise this whole video will just become me wishing on stars. But yeah, this is just a little garden park. Little bunny-themed park. Mostly because I made this pretty much entirely because I liked these. And so I built the whole section around it. And then over here we have Fauna's house. This is the item, not this exact one, but it was this type of item that I accidentally gave to Gruff last Cherry Blossom season. I was so upset. For the longest time, I accidentally had given Fauna the spiderweb door plate, and it did not match her house whatsoever. Oh no, she's sick. We'll get you medicine, Fauna. Poor baby. We'll be back. We'll be back. I need to not forget to do that, you guys. Not the Fauna. And then we have Lobo. So Lobo as the most valuable property on the island. It's beachfront. Look at that. I mean, Broccolos is technically beachfront, but Broccolo's not allowed to swim without floaties, so it doesn't really count. But Lobo here, Lobo can just walk right out and be right at the beach. Look at that. Lobo likes to play board games. And then we have some more trees, like you do. And then you might notice, if you look at my villager roster, only two characters are the same species. And that's Groucho and Stitches are both bears. So they're neighbors. This is the neighborhood. Oh, that scared me. Lobo's behind this tree. I don't know if you saw his tail peeking out. That freaked me out a little bit. Oh. I was like, what is that? But anyways, so yes, this is the neighborhood. And the way that this exists in my mind is so, like, you know, Stitches is also very childlike. So Stitches sits here, plays with his toys, while good old Groucho sits with his tea and kind of just watches over him. Has a nice chuckle. Make sure he doesn't get into trouble. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. Then we just have some general beach stuff again. My beaches could probably use improvement. And then we have the UFO. All hail. Ah. And that's it for pretty much the island portion. What we have left now is my home, which has undergone significant changes. I am very proud to say that I finally got my gold. I hit 150,000 points. I was so happy with the Happy Home Academy. Here are my pumpkins that I didn't understand how they grew. Very exciting update. I got the robot. Look at it. Look at it. I really like to press them both so it looks like they're fighting at the same time. Look at this. Oh no, wrong way. It's so cool. So in case you haven't ever seen my house before, one thing you should know before I take another step further is that the outdoor theme of my house is that it's a junkyard. I'm that person in your neighborhood that's bringing down the value. That if there's no HOA, but if there was an HOA, they'd be coming after me. So that's why my yard looks the way that it does, including the floaty pool and this weed, this purposeful weed. It's very junkyard on the beach. So let's go inside. We'll take a quick look around. This is my main room, which is basically just like games. Pretty much, there's no real theme. It's games. I like it. I like the colors, the lights. You can see, not anything crazy. And then we'll go into this back room, which is honestly a little similar. But this is more of a straight up, like, game room. Like, if I could have a room to myself, and I could, like, that I had to live in real life, but it was made of Animal Crossing things, it would be this. I've got a couple of pinball machines. We got our desktop computer and a stuffed animal. We got darts. We got these Mario stars. We got the keyboard here. Got some clothing hanging on the wall. That's the gist. Nothing crazy. I'm going to show you... We're going to go a little out of order here. I want to show you the upstairs room because I like it, but it's not my favorite. I like it, though. But it's not my favorite. This is my beach room. And I just feel like it's still... Things aren't... I don't love the way things are laid out here. It needs improvements. This is in here just because I like the sound of the running water that it leaves. But I've got a few mermaid items here. Got our Maui statue. Our shell bed. I need more nautical items to hang on the wall. That's my... I actually don't know why this mug is on the ground. That was an accident. Pick that up so nobody can see. That's it. That's the beach room. And then while we're here, we will go down to the basement, which is my museum/study room. I really like museums. Which I'll spare you guys a museum tour, because I'm sure anybody who cares enough to be watching an Animal Crossing Island tour for someone who is not a mega popular streamer probably likes Animal Crossing enough to where their museum is pretty filled out. But yeah, this is my basement of oddities and relics. I really like it. I love the T-Rex. Pretty much this whole room started with, like, I want a T-Rex in my house. And then it evolved into this. We got katanas. Got some cogs. Got a fossil. Got a phonograph. Phonogram? We'll never know. And we've got 2 rooms left. We'll start with this one on the left, which is my plant room, where I study plants, learn about them and their properties. But it gets a little humid, so we have the fan running. But as you can see here, we got the wasp and the grasshopper heads on the wall, running some experiments. Every room does have a music maker of some sort in it. Sorry, I was spinning the camera a little fast there. But yeah, we've got just a bunch of plants, basically. I really like this wallpaper and wanted to find a use for it. That's what it comes down to. Most everything that I do in Animal Crossing, because I'm not the most skilled designer or decorator, is just like, I like this one item. What can I make around it to make it not stand out like a sore thumb? And then it goes from there. And then this last room is actually my favorite room. I will say, I can fully admit that I think this room looks nice. This is my diner room. It's a pink explosion because all the diner stuff I have happen to be pink. But we got the street piano. And then we've got a little Clefairy gas pump. Got a couple of clocks on the wall. Some diner equipment. And then the rest of it is basically all albums on the wall. Oops. I just really like that. I like that design. And that's the gist. That's where Butt Villa has been. That's what I've been up to. Thank you for hanging out. I'm trying to think of if I forgot anything, but really that's the gist. That's Butt Villa. That's the status of it. Not a whole lot has changed. I don't know if I'll stream Animal Crossing again unless it comes out with some significant update. But I am still playing it. I am still chipping away at it. So I just wanted to show people that fact. That's it. I gotta go buy some medicine now for Fauna before I forget. She's so sick and alone. And I need to care for her. And I also need to wish on some stars, as you saw. So, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for watching this. And I will see you around. And I also just realized I have this wave goodbye emote the other day, so goodbye.